Hello, hello. This could be for any zodiac sign. We are going to just do a special reading and see if we can pick up a story if we've missed your energy here recently. So just pay attention. You will know pretty early on, I feel like, if this is your story, okay? So with that being said, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I hope you will do so. Would love to have you be a part of my soul fam, okay? And if you want to book a personal reading, guess what? You can. Look in the description box in my most recent video and you can see how, okay? So with that being said, we are going to do like a past, present, future on you, and we'll see. We'll dig into this situation a little bit and see if this is your story and where you might be heading and going from here, okay? So, of course, the likes and comments are always very, very meaningful and helpful. So, thank you. You kill two birds with one stone. You help me on YouTube and you touch my heart. So, there you go. All right? With that being said, guys, let's get started on the reading. Where have you been? Where are you going? Where are you now, rather? And where are you headed? Wow. Okay. Let's talk about this thing. Probably going to pull some clarifiers. All right. Let's look at past energy. So we got the Queen of Swords reversed, the Death reversed, the Tower reversed. Okay. I'm getting refused. This is past. Okay. I'm getting just, okay. Either you were obviously in a connection or a situation where you didn't see something, maybe somebody was deceptive, or you were ignoring red flags and it was right there in front of you and you just couldn't or wouldn't see it because you just couldn't bring yourself to face it. If you have been that person, you are not alone, so I couldn't possibly throw shade if that is your story. And you really, really held on to a situation a lot longer than you wish now that you had, okay? Because you're in better places now. But let's delve into this situation just a smidge more. You really thought this thing was going to have staying power. Quite honestly, you were probably not speaking up for yourself too, many of you. And really just not holding your boundaries, not holding to your standards, and kind of people-pleasing too a little bit with that Queen of Swords in reverse, okay? And honestly, I think it left you feeling kind of angry at times. I mean, I'm just, of course, right? And it left you feeling self-imprisoned. You were dealing with some selfish, manipulative, you got the Devil card and the Eight of Swords here. Both can speak to self-imprisonment and really just, and it's like you kind of realize, you're coming to realize, okay, now, this is past, that you kind of did this to yourself, okay, by hanging on to this thing longer than you should have. But whoever you were dealing with was selfish as all get out, possibly deceptive, okay, but it was a very self-imprisoning situation. Could have even been sex-based, okay? And it could have been where, the physical side of things was, off the chart, just leaving you feeling levitated at times, whatever it is I'm trying to say. Okay, leaving you off the chart. We'll just leave it at that. But at any rate, a lot of times when that Devil comes out, there's a big, big need for shadow work among the person that we're describing that you are probably dealing with. He or she was probably pretty broken to begin with. And that will manifest itself in the worst of ways. People will act the fool whenever they're broken. They will act conceited and, egotistical. But all of that is rooted in really self-esteem issues. There's a huge difference in egotistical and having confidence, okay? Confidence is healthy. Egotistical is like, oh my gosh, I'm a shell, so I'm going to put up this big wall that makes people think I think I'm all that, right? That's kind of what I get from a lot of this stuff. Very self-serving. Could have been somebody that was addicted or addictions, okay? Substance abuse, whatever. And maybe you were addicted to them, like, you went through that period of time where you just felt like that you couldn't let them go. Really hung up for a hot minute on this thing. Okay. All right. Fair enough. I wrote the book, so, I can't possibly throw shade if that's your story. All right. So let's dig into your current energy a little bit. I think there are some times where you still miss this person. Okay, you feel abandoned. You may have gotten ghosted even. Okay, sometimes this can be, you know, and you got the Page of Swords in reverse. Certainly can speak to being ghosted. But you know, it's kind of sad because I think you really trusted this person at one time with this Page of Swords reversed too. And you shouldn't have. Okay, I've done that too. Okay, fair enough. And I think it was because you were kind of ignoring your intuition, the red flags, that gut feeling all along that something wasn't quite right and you didn't see it, okay? And because of that, you didn't speak up for yourself. You didn't take up for yourself. You didn't speak your truth, you know? And now you're dealing with the fact that many of you may have gotten ghosted and or, you know, feel abandoned from this person, you know, that they just kind of came along, you know, like a hurricane, maybe, you know, spent some time with you, and you know, you kind of feel like, I get this feeling that some of you feel like you were used and abused. I mean, I hate to say that because I'm not into purity culture at all, but I get that, you know, I think you feel taken advantage of by this person. You know, I really do. I don't know why I don't see any cards telling me this, but for some of you, this person came into your world like a hurricane and just, you know, ignited it, and it was very exciting, like a whirlwind roller coaster kind of thing, sometimes a bit chaotic, and I don't even have chaotic cards here. I don't know why, but I'm just getting this, you know, maybe this is just me picking up some energies of something that some of you dealt with, and when it went by the wayside, it left you exhausted, overwhelmed, feeling abandoned, a lot of questions in your mind. What did I do to deserve this? I treated this person great. They came into my world. They rocked my world. They, you know, love bombed me with all this stuff, and then now they've ghosted me, or they've vanished, or they've gone on and done this with somebody else. And I have no idea what I did to bring this crap to me to begin with. But here I am, you know, sad and lonely and really up in my head about things, and maybe shedding some tears. Okay, completely healthy if you're doing that. That's a part of healing, you know, patching up your heart and that sort of thing. But, you know, at the end of the day, going forward, and I think many of you, that's where you are or have been right along here very recently, if you're not still missing this person a lot. But you know what's cool? I do see this getting better for you. You've got the Hanging Man in reverse. It's all about, okay, I've been in limbo on this thing quite enough. I've sat here, I've cried my tears, you know, I've hung out, I've done my healing in the right way, I've done the healing work, and I've got a new perspective now. When the Hangman comes out in the upright, you know, that can speak to that. You know, I've stayed here, and I've, you know, been patient, and in doing so, I got a new perspective, I got a new outlook. The Patti LaBelle song, I got a new attitude, just crossed my mind, you know. I'm feeling good from my head to my shoes, I got a new attitude. If that's not where you are, you're going there. Because that's what came to mind now with the Hanging Man going from here to here. Okay, so, you know, and if you're not to that point, you will be. Okay, I'm feeling good from my head to my shoes, something or other. I can't remember. That's an 80s song. I'm probably telling y'all how old I am. But go look up the Patti LaBelle song, New Attitude, and it's kind of a cute little song. But anyway, and I think it actually is, if I remember right, about overcoming heartbreak. But anyways, wasn't even ever one of my go-to songs. I don't know why that came to my head. But yeah, you got a new perspective, you got a new attitude, and in going forward, you know, you realized that situation that had you in chains back here. Okay, see the picture. You know, you're done with dealing with toxicity and drama. You set yourself free from it, you overcome it, you work through it, and you realize at the end of the day to be your own savior and to heal yourself and to fix yourself, and that you overcome and cut out as much toxicity as possible. Okay? As much toxicity as possible. And what's pretty cool along this timeline that's absolutely incredible is this. Then you get into this place where you truly do develop a lot of self-love. You're pouring from a full cup because you put yourself first over here, because you went inside, you worked, you cried the tears, you worked through the thing, you got the new perspective, you got the new attitude, you stopped dealing with toxic folks, you cut out the toxicity altogether, got a lot of self-love going on up in here. And okay, this is not an overnight, this, you know, I told this story in like 10 minutes and we're not done yet telling the story. This is not the end of it, but you know, this didn't happen in 10 minutes. Okay, and it probably didn't happen in 10 days. Probably more like 10 weeks to 10 months. Okay, let's just be real. Okay, this is probably one of those lessons. Okay, and I believe that for the majority of you, if you don't already see, you're going to get it. You're going to understand the things that you're supposed to learn from it. And then, there it is. Mature, emotionally available, nurturing, thoughtful, coming in. I can't make it up. The cards went like that, and that's how I interpret this storyline, and that's how I see it. But this is a very specific story, I believe, for a lot of you. Whatever this thing is in the past, whatever it came in like a hurricane, like a tornado, totally unexpected for a lot of you, I think, too. I don't think you saw it coming whenever it came into your world. And I don't think you saw it leaving when it left. I think all of it took you by storm. I get tempest from this energy back here in your past. Okay? But if this is your story and you see yourself anywhere along this journey, well, I got some really great news for you about what's coming in. I can't make it up. So let's do this. Let's get some, let's give you some advice based on the cards that I'm seeing here. All right, the Death card is the most and I'm just going by the cards that came out. The Death card is the most misunderstood card in the tarot. It doesn't always mean endings or the lack thereof. Many times it speaks to transformation, clearing out old beliefs, okay, and fears of abandonment and loneliness for new, right? Clearing out drama, right? Getting a new attitude and clearing out old energy. And that is a process, okay? The Devil card, which somebody that you dealt with in the past, we talked about this. The Devil card in the advice is all about showing spunk, setting boundaries, speaking your truth unapologetically and without compromising one bit of the message. We can all do that in kindness, okay? So, yes, okay? And the Eight of Swords, the advice, I love this. Every single experience that feels like a failure or a setback, the advice is this. It is meant to further awaken you to the strengths and abilities and resilience that you have inside of you, as well as the love down in your own stinking heart. Yes, and I don't mean stinking heart. You guys have a great heart, okay? But again, the Hanging Man, all about offering a new perspective and taking a different look at things. And the Page of Swords is about this. Sometimes privacy and remaining stealth is extremely powerful, right? You know, and especially if you're navigating the dating world, you know, kind of just playing it cool and watching and seeing and letting the chips fall where they may. Maintaining your privacy keeps other people from having as much stuff to spread about you. Then they have to make stuff up, which can be very, very colorful. You know, the Tower card, the advice in the Tower is this. If something crumbles down, when the towers fall in our lives, we let them fall. We let the chips fall where they may, and we recognize that what the universe is doing is tearing down those things that are built on false beliefs. The House of Cards, you know, the things that are built on shifting sand, so that we can build something stronger and on truth and authenticity going forward. And again, back to that death card, transforming, getting rid of the stuff that you don't need to get in the light, the good stuff that you do need. Right there. Okay, I love it, you know. I like this too. The Ace of Cups, the advice there is seeing yourself through the eyes of the divine. And at the end of the day, understand this. Your soul is made of pure divine source, love, light, energy. Yes, you are. You are divine. Don't ever get it twisted. You're not born flawed. You don't need anything outside of yourself to make you 100% complete, fulfilled, happy, and abundant, okay? anything that comes along after that just is like, you know, the cherry on top of the chocolate sundae, right? Just makes a great dish better, right? So I like that for you. Beautiful reading. You've ever come, if this is your story, you're a warrior and a winner. I see that all day long. So this was a fun reading. These are always the fun ones, and super thankful to you guys that trust me to read for you on YouTube. It means the world. Certainly those of you who book me for a personal reading to be trusted to give you guidance in your life and in your world is very, very humbling, and makes this girl, you know, very grateful. So thank you so much for everything that you guys are doing, supporting my channel. It means the world. Okay, when emotions are running high, that is not a bad thing. You don't want to repress those, but you don't want to make decisions based on emotion either. You want to be able to step back and be objective when you make decisions. And many of you are stepping outside your comfort zone. And why? Because that is where the magic and the growth happens, right? It's stagnant when you stay where you're comfortable. Put yourself in a place where you got to learn new things. And sometimes you got to wing it. Sometimes it feels like you're flying by the seat of your pants. And when you're really walking with the universe, it's like looking into the dark void, not knowing what the heck is coming from one day to the next, and being completely fine with that. And almost chuckling because you know the universe got you, right? There you go. Let's pull some quotes. Oh, I love this. This fell out. This was the last card. I picked them up, and this was the only one that stayed. I am the two most powerful words, because that what you put after them shapes your entire reality. There you go. I like that for you. Okay. And if you had a heartbreak in the past, like the one we described, take that win, baby cakes, because it opened your eyes. There you go. Auntie Karen said so. And they asked, what is up? I said, my frequency. There you go. Take that all as a win. Whoever this story was incredible. You're my hero. Thank you all so much for watching. Many blessings.